This video will cover what to expect from your academic advisor and your role in the relationship. The Family Educational Rights to Privacy Act, or FERPA, protects the privacy of a student's academic, financial, and health records while at Ohio State. Without prior authorization, academic advisors and other university officials cannot discuss specifics regarding your record with parents, guardians, spouses, or other interested parties. When speaking with non-authorized individuals, only general information about university policies and procedures can be disclosed. If you would like to authorize access to your university records to individuals other than yourself, you can do so by visiting your Student Center at buckeyelink.osu.edu. Once there, you should follow the link for Student Information Release in order to assign a designee. You will need to choose a unique access code for each individual you authorize in order to validate the identity of your designees in the future. Should you choose to authorize an individual to have access to your records, it is important to note that this action only allows university officials the ability to provide your designees information. A release of information does not authorize your designees to act on your behalf when adding or dropping classes, changing your major, or any other circumstance where students should be taking ownership over their own educational record. There are many reasons why a student might choose to meet with their academic advisor. One of the most common reasons to meet with an academic advisor is to discuss a student's course plan for their degree. When meeting with an academic advisor to discuss a course plan, students should always come to the meeting prepared, having run a degree audit and verified that they will meet the prerequisite requirements of the courses they plan to take in the next semester. This will provide a solid foundation to start the conversation, and it will allow for an efficient use of time as errors in course planning can be easily identified. Always make sure to run a degree audit and to review your major's curriculum prior to attending your advising appointment. You should plan to meet with your advisor at least once per semester to discuss your curriculum plan, verify your progress to degree, and confirm any new transfer or examination credits you have taken since your last advising appointment. Students also find it helpful to meet with their advisor to clarify the policies and procedures of the university. Policies such as grade forgiveness, adding and dropping classes past university deadlines, and even graduation are all examples of reasons why it might be a good idea to meet with an academic advisor. Before scheduling an advising appointment, you should always do a quick internet search on the policy or procedure you are hoping to discuss and come prepared with questions about anything that is unclear. Discussions of future plans can also be a good reason to speak with your academic advisor. Whether you are thinking about graduate or professional school, finding a job or internship, or looking to enhance your education through a study abroad trip or through the addition of a minor or second major, your advisor can help point you to valuable information. Take time to think about where you want to go during your time at Ohio State and meet with your advisor to discuss your plans. Advisors can often be helpful if you are trying to find a new major or minor to enhance your curriculum. If you are unsure of what you want to study, make an appointment with an exploration advisor to discuss programs at the university that fit your interests. Additionally, if you find a major that sparks your interest, you should always make plans to meet with the respective advisor for that program. When exploring new majors, always check with your Program of Interest website for information on how to make an advising appointment. Many programs require students to attend information sessions prior to meeting with an advisor. Advisors are here to help educate and guide students throughout their time at the university. This means that students have responsibilities in the advising relationship. One of the most important things that a student can do is share information. I know this will come as a shock, but academic advisors cannot read minds. This means it is your responsibility as a student to make sure your advisor is aware of important issues impacting your ability to be successful at the university. Be open and honest with your advisor, as we cannot help you if we do not know what is going on. Also, it is important for you to understand that while your advisor knows a great deal about the university, there are some issues that impact students which require us to make referrals to other university and community resources. Students should also explore their options. Make sure that you are taking ownership of your education while at the university. Explore majors, minors, research, study abroad programs, co-curricular opportunities, and anything else that you think you might like during your time as a student. Exploration can be as simple as an internet search, and students should really avoid any situation that results in an advisor saying, "Let me Google that for you." You should also make sure you know how changes to your schedule will impact you. Dropping a course can have a major impact on your time to degree completion, and it can also impact issues such as financial aid and visa status. Make sure you know what individual requirements you have to meet as a student for scholarships and other requirements. And be prepared to share this with your advisor if you ask to drop a course. Prepare for your advising appointments. Advisors are here to educate, support, and guide students through their time at Ohio State, but you as a student need to own your education. This means you should always come to an advising appointment prepared. Basic steps include running and reviewing a degree audit, creating a proposal for your next term's class schedule that accounts for prerequisite courses, knowing and completing the requirements of your degree program, writing down all questions you might have, and bringing something as simple as a notebook and pen to take notes about all you discuss. You should never show up to an advising appointment without an understanding of why you are there or what you are hoping to learn or accomplish in the meeting. Another responsibility for students is to seek help with situations before a problem becomes a crisis. If you find that you are struggling in any aspect of college life, make an appointment with your advisor immediately. Your advisor will either be able to assist you in discussing what your options might be or provide a referral to an appropriate campus or community resource if your issue is outside the scope of an advisor's ability. Also, you should always remember that a failure to plan on the part of a student is in no way constitutes an emergency on the part of an advisor. Proper planning goes a long way to avoid potential issues throughout your academic career. Finally, students should always make sure they are asking questions and following up when needed. You should never leave an advising appointment without a good understanding of what you came to the appointment to learn, and you should always follow up if you have further questions or if you have not heard back from your advisor after a few days of waiting for a response on a given item. As a student, you are the individual who is ultimately responsible for making progress towards your degree. When problems or issues arise, it is your responsibility to schedule an appointment to discuss these issues with your academic advisor. Students have access to the same tools used by advisors at the university to monitor their progress towards the degree, and you are encouraged to access these tools often. Examples include the advising report, the degree audit, schedule planner, the course catalog, and the electronic notes of advising appointments. These resources are incredibly helpful in monitoring your progress toward degree and are all accessible at buckeyelink.osu.edu. Students should plan to meet with their advisor regularly. I recommend that students plan to meet at minimum one time per semester, but oftentimes more appointments will be needed as discussions often go far beyond course planning. You should also take the time to get to know your advisor. Especially in your first year or two on campus, your advisor is often the individual you will contact for help with letters of recommendation. You will want to make sure that you have a good working relationship with your advisor, as they can be a valuable resource on everything from helping in your curriculum to recommending you for special programs, research opportunities, or even scholarships. Taking a bit of time to build a strong relationship with your advisor can pay dividends throughout your academic career.